This is a public service.
Today's date is 5/23/2024. It's now 09:54 hours. Lieutenant Whittier, Deland PD, myself and Captain Dice are going to be meeting with.
Good day, guys.
Thank you. Meeting with Mr. Stephen Sanders in the lobby. Apparently, he wants to file a complaint. Captain Dice has already made arrangements, and due to my having a BWC, I was asked to assist with this interview and investigation at this point. You ready, boss?
Hey, how you doing this morning? All right.
But I'll talk to you guys soon.
What's up, guys?
We both.
Hey, Steve.
How you doing?
Take a seat.
Yeah. How you doing? We'll see. Whatever. You want to set that up too?
Yeah.
Or you just gonna hold it up?
No, I'm gonna set it up. I appreciate you though. LT?
Mr. Sanders, how are you this morning?
Good.
So I got LT here because he got the BWC, blah, blah, blah.
That's okay. Me and him have had nothing but good interactions,
Yes.
regardless of the circumstance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough?
Yes, sir. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I usually try to be as fair as possible, but now, here's where I must swipe open before I start this thing. You're a man of the scripture, and so
Yeah.
there's a prophet Nathan, and he goes to King David about, King David's sins of taking a man's wife. And, the prophet Nathan specifically tells him, hey, how would you feel if, somebody came and wanted to have a picnic on your land? Well, I want them to be charged, I want them to be held accountable. And the prophet Nathan's like, that's what you've done. You tried to hide your sin by bringing the guy to the front line or bringing him home early from the war to hopefully show that the wife is pregnant from that man versus, and then that didn't work because she didn't want to leave, and then so he put her husband at the front line. So where I'm going with this is, I'm not saying I'm the prophet Nathan, but I'm trying to share the truth with the public.
Yes.
Right now, I run at everything full blast head first. And right now, you are the wall between me and the things that I'm trying to accomplish.
Okay.
Either I go through or around, one of the two. I've contacted the press secretary for the state's attorney general because the office of OIG said to contact them. They'd be the perfect person. So Jay Sizemore may be in contact with you here in the next few days. I don't know where we go or how we start fresh or how we can, whether it's I cancel all my prior public records and we start on a clean slate of one brand new public record of me because you're taking over a new position. I'm cool with that, but I'm not seeing any give and take, no good faith, in my opinion. Does I think that's fair, or at least a fair analogy?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm hearing you now.
Yeah.
I want to hear you out.
And I'm trying to meet you on your level too,
Yes. Yes.
I'm not a man of scripture, so I actually did some research to learn that story,
I got it.
so that way we can relate. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Because I couldn't tell you, I haven't been to church in probably 20-some years.
So you like Catholic? Or
Honestly,
Christian?
I'm just a universal
Just-
guy.
okay,
Just
gotcha.
like
Yeah.
I love being a good person, and but I know that those scriptures are good because it can help people relate and communicate. So that's why I wanted, like I said, my olive branch to you. I'm trying to bridge a gap.
Yes.
I'm aware of certain things. I want to confirm them with those records. Now today we're here for Gina Place.
Yes.
I swear, and I'm pretty sure I have footage of Lieutenant Millanj and I sitting right here and him filling out a form and me talking about Miss Gina Place's actions, of her filing the 3 privacy complaints on her 3 videos, which I have a copy of from Google. Now that would be a direct policy violation for the city. She does not have that ability to just say, oh, you can't talk about me. You are a city official, you are a public official, and your name is literally on the wall. Like that's what I sent to Google. I said, Google, I was like, here's a picture of her, Gina Place, citizen of the quarter. And they were like, oh, that's enough evidence for us. And they squashed the privacy things, but she still filed those complaints. And I'm not okay with that. Now, to tag to that, it would seem this was stemming from me going after the fact that she filed a federal law complaint on Orange City Connects against a small business. Are you aware of this?
Yes,
The human skull.
yes.
Okay. So that's been going, I think, 6 months now, and the state's attorney hasn't picked up any of the actual case. Now, Ms. Place has a lot of ties to Orange City Police Department. She is closely connected with Penny, the chief of police's direct assistant. She also has she's a direct friend with Heather Olosowski. I can't pronounce her last name, so I apologize.
So I was gonna start writing, but I forgot that we're recording, so I may
That's
have
okay.
to go back and listen to.
I have this typed up.
Okay, got it.
And
All right.
what I'm here to do today is sign whatever form you need to
Yep.
say see attachment, and I email you the attachment, and we can go from there.
Absolutely. So, and the reason I said that is because I don't want to have to keep stopping you from talking to write. So if we got it on video, I just want to hear it more, and that I can go back and look at the video anytime.
Absolutely.
So, all right.
But,
Sorry.
so no, it's okay. So she's, like I said, Gina Place was volunteering at Orange City Police Department, and for a short period, she had a contract with the Orange City Police Department. So my deepest concern, and it seemed very direct and connected, was between Ms. Gina Place and Officer Shadrack King, and her retaliatory efforts to try and go after a business where I would say I call friends. I share their posts, and I share them specifically on Orange City Proud. From what I've understood and what I've gathered through the grapevines of the local community, is that she is a part of Orange City Proud, a very large part of Orange City Proud. Now, I'm trying to get all the records I can to kind of confirm some of these findings. The complaint she originally filed was at 8 a.m., or sorry, 7:54 a.m., which I believe she was here that day, at that time. So she would have filed that complaint while on duty. I can't confirm that, obviously, without the records or your guys' proper investigation.
Yeah, I can look into that part.
Yep.
What, do you have was it December 23rd, or?
I
If you get a date, just
I
send
have
it to
it,
me.
yeah, I have that file where it has the complaint that went out.
Yeah, and that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
That's what I do. I will confirm that.
Yep.
You know, and that's kind of how we form a basis, right?
Yep.
If you tell me a specific date or time, and I'll give you a hypothetical. If you got pulled over and said that the officer had demeanor issues or
Yeah.
used derogatory language, okay, we got a complaint, so let me see if we can form a basis here. So we're gonna look at BWC.
Well,
You
that's
know what I'm
why,
saying?
and that's why I found it frustrating that there was no basis, because I tried to give you as much evidence.
Yes.
And I sat with Millanj and I tried explaining this exact thing, and I can send you that footage. Gina Place also recently won a quarterly award for her way of handling evidence outtake and evidence coordination, a 30, 60, 90-day policy of how evidence and safekeeping items are either destroyed or removed, because it was cluttered over there from what I gather. There's also been reports of the homeless population finding their bikes on Orange City Proud and other marketplace. I don't have proof of these assumptions, but my assumption is that there is something nefarious happening with your guys' safekeepings and evidence. And I highly recommend that you guys at least look into it. And then when I asked about the evidence on the dropped items, like the items list, there were 7 handguns on that last list, 7 handguns. Where did they go? I don't want them. I'm not interested in like going in there and claiming these items. I want to make sure those aren't being sold or being destroyed and those serial numbers reappearing out in the wild. You catch my drift? Because no one's perfect. Everybody has things get lackadaisical, and I think that there's something here. Like I said, it was weird that she filed the complaint through an Orange City Connects, a federal She was claiming a federal violation, a federal statute violation. She didn't call 911. She didn't call the non-emergency number. She used an app for code ordinances. She knows that there was something to this, and I don't know all the pieces. And I would like for you guys to look into this, because it doesn't seem right. It's so weird. So that's where I'm at.
So let me ask you a little bit about the Orange City Connect. I'm not familiar with it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Orange City Proud is
Proud.
the group which I've been removed from the moment that Gina Place found out that I was in the group. Like I said, I think you guys have learned I pick up on things quick, and a lot of birdies out there. I know things, and I'm asking you guys to just look. If you tell me that there's nothing, you've done like you show me that you've looked, I will drop it, I will let it go, I will be, hey, you know what, but there's enough here that I've put enough time into to show you guys to please look into this. There's something fishy, and that's what I'm asking you to do. And that's why I've continued to follow up. I've followed up pretty monthly.
You sure have.
It's not daily, but
Yep. I will admit you are in direct communication with me.
and I'm trying to share the evidence. So, what do you need from me today? I brought my driver's license.
So that little complaint when I actually brought it. So since you've already written it or whatever,
Yep.
or if you have other things that you've already written, just fill this out in the narrative part, see attached document.
Okay.
Send those documents to me, and then we'll get Lieutenant Whittier to get you to swear to
Perfect.
what you're telling.
Yeah,
Fair enough?
that's fair.
All right.
And you're also going to talk to Howry about the Clark situation.
Yes,
Because you were there.
I was. That's the first day I met you. Actually, I met. I don't think Cody's here today, is he?
No, sir.
All right.
But like I said, it's my track record shows that I've been consistent in trying to do what you guys have asked, all the paperwork, and dotting all the T's. But I haven't been getting the same from you guys, in my opinion. So I'm asking you in back to that story is the King David thing. Just please look at it from my point of view. If you heard of a case of domestic violence or a case of somebody calling you a racial slur, which is the 23-001, which I don't find okay. These things I think should be brought to light. They should be exposed, and the good cops should stay. I am not for defunding. I love having police. I hate having dirty, bad cops, and I can't help but try and expose what maybe you guys can't accomplish within the employee rights. Is what you guys are sometimes limited on what officers can and can't do, or what they can be removed for or not removed for, and I'm trying to help, man. I'm trying to bridge the gap. And I don't know if you talked to Ken Ramick soon, if he's told you about the case of helping him with Mr. Omar Villalobos Mauricio Mora, the death case of the Ricin, where we're pretty sure we have it, where he was neglectful and did not render her aid and could have called the 911 and closure for that family. And I found all of his arrests, last 10 arrests for driving without a license. He's habitual, but the state didn't know that because, I don't know if you guys know this, fun fact, David won't track you pulling over somebody if they don't have a driver's license. So if they don't have an ID in the database, no matter how many times you pull them over, there'll be no record.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how they're getting, not how people are getting away with it. So, but I'm for justice. I'm not here to defund you guys. So please understand that.
I do. I totally understand.
And like I said, I'm willing to meet you on your level.
I got you, man.
I don't learn the whole parable about it.
I got you. I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate the conversation.
Yeah.
And I'll say this because I know that you're very passionate about the things that you do. And I'll give you a wild example of how I view certain things, right? And that wild example is sometimes things that are small to some people may be huge to others. right?
Yep.
And when it's small to some people, it may not get that much attention, it may not blah, blah, but you're like pouring your heart out, like, listen, blah, blah, blah. Hey, guys.
That's how I got that case reopened.
Hey, guys, you know what I'm saying? And so, and then when we take a step back, like, wait a minute. This is something that's very big to this person, though.
Yep.
And sometimes in that case, you find out that it's much bigger than what I thought. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's a wild example.
Well, you know, I did my research. I mean,
Yeah.
and just for a fun fact, you should definitely lock down your social media. Sincerely.
Yeah.
I mean that. As a friend to a friend, it's you leave a lot out there.
Yeah.
You leave yourself kind of exposed in this nasty world of nastiness. I don't want that for you, and so obviously I don't think anybody knows, but
Yeah.
you have time to.
You know what? No, I'm gonna tell you.
I don't want that for you.
Right. I had some friends that tell me, because I like it, right? Because I'm a 44-year-old guy, right? And I like social media. That's how I communicate with friends and family, blah, blah, blah. But a while back, I stopped putting my kids on there. I recently started doing it again.
Yeah.
I stopped putting my children on there because we came in contact with a gang member a few years ago.
Yep.
And the gang member called my son by name. And I was pissed. Like,
You knew, trust me, that's why, as a father to a father, I've had people go after my kids. I've got big shoulders, and I don't go down lightly, but, you know, just please you do you, boo-boo, but I really, as this department becomes more under scrutiny, I don't want your personal life to overflow into that. So please take that as me trying to protect, look out for you.
I appreciate it.
Because there's a lot out there. I mean, like I saw you have a small business. I saw that I think your daughter has a small business for doing graphic design. I do graphic design. Like I make stickers. I don't know if the guys.
Oh, do you do graphic?
Yeah, I make them for fun. Like I literally, a lot of the stuff I do is just makes my heart happy, man. Just these are crash test dummy rag dolls. You get, you're welcome, Logan. I've got some other ones that are a little bit more comical, like the hollow pork sheriff.
Yeah. So you did all of this, like you created it?
Yeah. Well, I use AI. I use a lot of AI for a lot of stuff that I do because time is precious. And
Yeah.
I think you guys give me too much credit how much time I invest in this. Don't get me wrong, I still invest a lot of time, but
Yeah.
the other thing is we gotta find would that be helpful for you if I canceled all of my prior requests and we started from scratch? I mean, I'm sincere.
Well, I'm not gonna advise you either way of that. I'm gonna help you.
I want to help.
Right?
Okay. I want to help. I need the records, so I want to help you help me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I put a lot of records requests out there.
Yes.
We have overloaded your system. We understand that, but no one's told us this. You guys are just being like, we'll get to it. Not, hey, you guys are sending requests in multiple different ways, via voice, via in person, via email, and to keep up with it is very difficult. That hasn't been expressed. I'm not saying that, I mean, obviously I know this.
Well, why don't I do this? Why don't I do this? Just say, for instance, if you request a BWC, right? And it's several hours of BWC. And I know you may understand the time that it goes into looking at it.
Our
Right?
footage was 3 hours of, that one arrest, 3 hours of body camera footage for each individual officer.
Gotcha. So with that, so you're kind of familiar with how it works. So I although you are familiar with that, I would expect for you to understand there may be some delay on that
I
part.
see that you're struggling.
Yeah.
This way, I see you guys are struggling with it. Hence why I've been emailing you. Hence why you haven't seen me up front here making my requests. I noticed that you're struggling, and I'm not trying to increase the struggle. I really do need the records.
Yes.
It doesn't benefit me, make it worse.
Yeah. That's right. So,
And like I said, those 6 handguns,
Yeah.
where are those?
We're back out here today at the DeLand Police Department. It's been about a month since we've been out here. We made a request for some pretty basic records. I asked for a memo from the chief that was giving guidance on the new policy about filming in the lobby, and I requested some deleted emails. So that seems to me to be a pretty easy request to fill, but for whatever reason, DeLand seems to be having a really tough time with this. So just gonna go in and see if we can gently nudge them to do the right thing and, you know, comply with the law. So that's what we're doing.
just say what now?
The 6 handguns.
That's something I got. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
What's happening, guys?
All right.
I invited,
Hey, Lieutenant Whittier.
You wanna come over?
I invited my friends since last time you guys have went.
Okay. I never met him. I never met him. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
This is Potion the
Okay.
Good.
All right, cool. You mind if I check? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, good to
All
meet you.
right,
I
good,
was,
man.
I was just sharing the parable of like Nathan and the King David, you know, and I think we found some common ground
Yes.
in that. And
So what I was saying with the request, right? And I said, why don't I do this? If it's, I'll try to be proactive, right? With saying, okay, if you send it in, if I look at it and it's gonna take, if I see it's gonna take a whole lot of time and
we're not even seeing them in just FOIA. There's the bigger problem. So when someone comes in and they make it, let's say they make a verbal request and give you an email. A lot of times those email addresses are already linked to an account.
okay.
So as long as they go in and put a just FOIA in under that email address, it goes right into the queue. This way you guys can track them. But that's the thing is you guys, I don't visibly see that happening, and I don't know why. You guys seem to not have my email address and my phone number. The victim's advocate, the state's attorney's office, said Clark didn't put any of my contact information in.
For
the 707.
oh, with the guy not
The
doing
vi-
it.
Yeah, the victim's advocate said she couldn't find my
Didn't put
information.
any of your information in it.
They didn't put any of the information in there. It was funny, but not funny. Like ironic, because you guys have you guys have my home address and probably have my paper, like my toilet paper kind. That's Charmin, you know.
I got you, man. But, well, at least we got some common ground. I
So if we
believe.
can start putting these requests in
Yeah.
Just FOIA, if someone has a Just FOIA account, you guys can track them, and that's why I've been asking for an inspection. You guys, I truly think you guys should have to admit that some of the requests might be even missing, or not missing, or just not attainable to you right now. Because whether they were made to Millanj, like say if someone sent an email to Millanj for a records request, or say someone sent a records request to Mathis, and that request has not been followed through on. You guys don't have a Just FOIA to track these, and it's just in someone's email.
Gotcha. So let me tell you this. So we receive them different ways, like you said, right?
But they all should go
Right.
into Just
And
FOIA.
that's our practice.
Should be.
Right. Now.
Is that your practice or is that your policy?
Well, right now it's our practice. We
Do you have a policy?
let me research it and I can get back with you. Can I get your email?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
in just for you. You got an email. I was CC'd to it about a month ago from Spires.
What's your?
I'll send it. I'll forward you his email address in the next one.
But what is it like?
Letters of Fauchon.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see that. Okay, gotcha. So let me research that.
Yeah, appreciate that.
The policy aspect of it. I know it's a practice that, hey, if we get a request in, whether it's a phone call or whether somebody comes in person, our practice is to put it in just for you.
It should be.
It should be, right?
Period.
Right, yeah. And I agree with you.
Because
I'm with you.
at the end of the day, CCing it to you, CCing it to anybody else is just
Things could get lost.
It's a waste. It's a waste
Yeah.
of effort. It should be just sent right to Just FOIA. And if it can't be just sent to Just FOIA, there needs to be a new practice in place.
Yep.
Because sending emails about records requests to fulfill a records request seems redundant when you could just be doing it in just
And
FOIA.
that's what, I got you. Okay.
And again, that's why I've been requesting an inspection, because I do think you guys are missing some of our
Missing
requests.
some stuff. Okay. All right. Let me,
And I'm willing to, like I said, I'm willing to annex all of my current requests with the understanding moving forward, there won't be any further like undue delays, and we won't have to have these like word games.
I got you.
Like I said, that's me mediating and like trying to, like I said, extend that olive branch
Yes.
to be, you know, like a better term.
Okay. I appreciate it. And,
So let me know what you guys want to do, and
Okay.
I'll get you the Gina Place thing. Lieutenant Whittier, would you like me to come back in once you guys have the attachment, and I can just meet up with either one of you guys and swear my whatever.
no, I got it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it here.
We'll just do that, and I'll send you the email.
You can, I mean, like I said, I thought that Captain Dice was just gonna get the basic, I don't know what you guys have scheduled today.
Yeah.
So,
Kind of
obviously, you're at, you know, your disposal, for lack of a better term, but.
You're our
if you wanna-
cameraman.
I hear you.
You are our tripod.
I hear you.
Well, that's
We're all on camera, so, like I said though, if you wanna fill out the form that he has now, and like he said,
I
you'll
will.
see attached,
Done.
Yeah, let's put.
but that's up to you.
Yeah,
And
no,
I
I
can
want
swear-
to.
I can swear you into it
Yep.
today
I
if you
brought my
like.
wallet. Let's do
But
it.
that's, like I said, we're here at your pleasure, your
Yeah,
disposal,
yeah.
so.
If you want to give me that pen, I'll start knocking
Yes,
that out. And
absolutely.
Imagine my friend Foshin here might have some questions. I don't know if you,
Okay.
so what if you guys know, Foshin was the gentleman where Chief Umberger had invited him here for a meeting and was in this room and then was ambushed by SSAs, OIG, and FPS for SSA. And no meeting with the chief ever occurred. So, you know, he came today as like watching out to make sure that didn't happen again, to get ambushed.
Oh.
You know, I mean,
I got you.
You can't
I
blame
got you.
him.
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
And I'm not even sure what I missed. I imagine you guys were talking about public records.
Mhm.
Hey, you need to see somebody, my man?
No, I'm waiting for the fingerprint.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Cool. All right, cool.
If you want to go ahead and step up, she can take the name.
These two, her and Corporal Spires, thank you both. They have been outstanding. Their customer service and kindness.
It's also
Impeccable.
Corporal Spires' birthday today.
I heard that, Roger's birthday.
Spires has been good with me.
Hey,
So
he just joined the 40s club.
But just know we're not just here just to knock people's boots down, you know. I mean,
I got you. All right.
some of these grievances are legitimate and affecting citizens, you know. There's victims.
Cool.
yeah, I mean, really, we want a partnership with the police that I mean, where we can work together and see things go in a more positive direction. You know, Lieutenant Whittier might not believe me, but you know, that's always been my intent with any interaction with DeLand Police Department specifically. Is, you know, I'm not looking to shed a bad light on DeLand. I'm only exposing what happens. I'm only putting a light on my encounter with DeLand. So, you know, there's been some very positive stuff that's come out of DeLand, and then there's been just a ton of
Bad
negative.
stuff, yeah, weighs out the
And it's not even that, you know, the positive stuff, you guys have the ability to leverage that and make it look even better if DeLand PD just didn't double down on stupid so much. It seems like this policy, for instance. I mean, it's so ridiculous that the signs are still up. Why are the signs still up? I think we've all established at this point that they're unconstitutional, right? I mean, maybe I can't get you guys to agree that filming police in the course of the duty is a constitutional right. Is that? Would you guys agree with that statement?
You say filming police is, say that one more time?
Filming police in the course of their duty is a constitutional right.
Oh, yeah, that's a constitution.
Okay, so, I mean, a lot of duty
It's a
gets
God-
conducted in this building,
Well,
right?
it's a God-given right, and I know all four of us are at least generally God-fearing men, and we're all born the same way and have that freedom of speech.
Yeah, it's all right. You can film.
Yeah, so, I mean, why? You know, why are they still up?
So I can't, so as far as the signage goes, I can't give you I can't speak on that, right? I may not be the person that you need to talk to about that.
Fair enough.
Right? You see what I'm
fair
saying?
enough.
So
What's going on, my friend?
I wish I can I wish I can be that person, but I just can't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
and you know, it's okay. I understand, but I mean, I guess I'm just asking you guys to put yourselves in our position, the public's position.
Yes.
You know, for instance, on this specific policy, April 20th, I came in and I made a public records request. I made a public records request for the memo that came from the chief telling all of the officers why, or maybe not why, just that the policy wasn't being enforced. That's a memo. That seems like a pretty easy public record to disseminate to the public. It's been almost 30 days. Maybe it was the 25th. So it's been almost 30 days and the record hasn't been released. Is the department asserting that this is not a public record, that it's private, that the memo giving guidance on this policy is private? Because it puts the public in a really precarious position, because there's a rule up that says you can't do this. You can't do this thing that you're doing, right? I mean, I imagine you're recording right now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it puts the public in a precarious position because you guys might not enforce it, but what happens if some rogue officer comes in and says, well, that's the policy, and takes you away? I'm just looking for clarity and guidance on it, and I think that having an understanding of what the chief said in this memo, saying, okay, we've got this policy up, but we're not enforcing it for these reasons.
Yes.
I think the public should know those reasons. I mean, the public didn't know why the signs went up.
So can I do a little bit of check-in to see?
Yeah, I would appreciate that.
If I can get you that memo.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Yeah.
So let me, once we're done, I'll go ahead and do a little check-in on that.
Yeah.
And,
Because I mean, there's nothing top secret in that, right? I imagine that
this
he's.
is a public record.
Yeah. So, and I understand, you know, that within the state statute that you guys have a reasonable amount of time to produce the records, but you know what I mean. This is just a memo that everybody got emailed. Just email it to me. You know, we can make it real. We can make it real simple. We can work together. Like this is I mean, I think that you know this is a terrible look for the department, right? I mean, there's videos being made that otherwise wouldn't be made,
Yes.
right? There's attention coming to the department that otherwise wouldn't be coming to the department if they weren't doing these things that are a direct violation of their oath to the Constitution, right? Some people take that seriously. You know, some people wish that the department would take it as seriously as we think it is. So that, I mean, that's where I'm coming from. You know, I want to see, you know, a partnership between us, not the blue line is over here and then the people are over there. We need to work together and not, you know, not against each other.
Totally understand.
Just if we can look into the Clark thing, because like you said, you guys used me as a poster child for, I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, there's no such thing as bad press, like, but it just was ironic to use me as a poster child before you guys even finished the complaint. Like,
I got you.
that's wild to me. Like,
So
you
let me.
told me it was a civil issue, like that'd be like me being like,
Yeah.
civil issue.
So I got a little bit of immediate homework I gotta do.
It's not
to get
immediate.
to that.
We're reasonable.
Well, I just wanna make sure that I'm being honest with you,
Yeah.
being fully transparent with you, and that I can keep my word as you keep yours, and you as well. And, first time meeting you, so I wanna make sure that we can continue that relationship.
How long
Appreciate
have
that.
you been here in DeLand?
Going on 18 years.
Do you remember Mike Tuma?
I do.
Yeah, so
Well,
Mike,
he wasn't here when I got hired on,
So he's
but I've
okay.
dealt with him.
Yeah.
You know, he's an attorney and
Yeah.
whatnot, so.
So Mike's my attorney, so I'm gonna check with him, make sure there's no issues with me annexing my records requests.
Okay,
But, like I said, I see you guys are struggling by juggling the way you guys are doing your requests, and it's going to lead down just a headache, man. It's just, so I'm happy to do that, but let me check with him, make sure he's cool, like, that doesn't affect anything with our case, and we'll be squared away. But yeah, I wanna know where those 6 handguns went. That's what I wanna know. You guys said you won't produce new records, but you guys had to take those serial numbers and store them somewhere. You guys don't just take a random gun and be like, well, here's a gun, and then put it there. I know, like, we all know better. They go into a system, so were they returned to the owner? If they weren't returned to the owner, were they destroyed? If they weren't destroyed, were they sold? And if they were sold, to whom? And again, that's a super important question. I think you guys would want to know. You guys take guns off the streets, there's no reason they should be missing.
I can give you an answer, but I want to give you a fair answer, a answer that I don't have to go back. I tell you right now, then I go and look and I'll be like, oh, wait a minute, I told
That's
him
fine.
wrong.
Like
You know
I
what I'm
said,
saying?
but there were 6 handguns on that list, and they're
Okay.
not there. And that was only a 2-month period. And this is why we record in public, because had I not recorded that list and had a copy of it, no one would have known those handguns ever existed on any list, because you said we won't create new records, and there's no records of those. So without this camera, those 6 handguns would imaginally have just been disappeared.
And that's, so, and I thank you for bringing that to my attention, right? Because we're accountable for evidence, right? And I don't want, I'm in charge of that. So I don't want that to be something that, oh, okay.
Well, they're giving out
But
dead
I want to
people.
make sure that I look into it and be able to have a.
Well, and your evidence team gave out a dead man's phone from the wrong case to the wrong family. And I'm pretty sure you're aware of that with the Malero's case. There was an extra phone that didn't belong to any of the suspects, but it was given to the family, and they're like, this isn't our phone. This doesn't belong to anybody. And so they had to take the phone to give it back to evidence to put it into the right case. Like I said,
Okay.
I've got all the information. I'm just trying to share with you why I believe all these things are happening, because there's something going on. If she's getting quarterly awards for the evidence department being the best it's been, everything's cleaned up, there's plenty of room now for storage. Okay, cool. Where did the guns go?
Well, I can tell you, none of that has come. This is the first time I'm hearing about that part of it. And I will say that our evidence team, they do go out and they do the best that they can do.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Carol Hunter, and
Right.
I'm familiar with her team. I'm familiar with, Gina Place being removed from records because she was having difficulty maintaining records themselves, so she was moved to evidence, and then all of a sudden she became a superstar, which is odd. It's not usually the MO, but like I said, I'm familiar. I know what's going on. I kind of know what's going on.
I got you. All right, let me look into that. Let me research the policy you asked about, and also the memo. See, I got a little bit of good.
I'll
memory,
take that.
right?
When you download his camera, if you could send me a copy, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, cool.
He's got the best view of my beard.
All right, man. Listen, thank you. I appreciate you.
Like I said, Prophet Nathan.
Nice meeting you.
All right, nice to meet you too.
Refresher. It might bring you to some understanding. That's
Okay.
all. So what do you?
Oh, I thought you was-
Hey, I'll take the extra one, man.
All right. Y'all take care of me.
Are we allowed to come in with our cameras moving forward?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want
care.
to be in handcuffs for 3 hours.
You're not gonna be in handcuffs. I mean,
Luckily, he put me in the front, because my shoulder definitely.
right now, and I can tell you, I'm not giving, the department is not giving our officers, anybody direction to put people out of the lobby for videotape.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Right, so
Well, when you're ready for.
whenever that happens or whatever, there'll be some type of communication.
When you start your investigation on this, let me know. Like I said, I have a drive full of evidence. So,
Okay.
but
cool.
I won't send it until I know that the investigation's actually started.
Okay, we'll talk. We'll talk about it.
I'll send you some of it, not
Okay.
all of it.
All right.
Like
Gotcha.
with conversations with the homeless people that are telling me about their bike situation, and like she'll tell you there was no system in place. These guys, these homeless people, don't have IDs. There's no way to prove that they are who they are. Some of the bikes are given to them. They're bought for $20 at a yard sale, and then they're like, "Well, this is mine. Let's prove it's yours." How am I gonna? How? I mean, it doesn't have a receipt. And then I have records of these people and the pictures of their bikes is what I mean. It's like when you get into that, let me know. I just don't want to bombard you with evidence of like, hey, here's my bike. And you'd be like, why do I have a blue bike on my screen?
I got you. And that's on Gina or?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it may be. I don't know where the evidence is going or where obviously my complaint is on Gina.
Okay.
My belief is Gina is involved with something having to do with the evidence because of what has happened in her quarterly review states what she did with all of the evidence and fixing it, which is, again, very odd because she was removed from records for doing a terrible job. Such a big, like, it's odd. Anyways, I'll find out.
Take care.
Take care.
Take care.
And like I said, these guys, cream of the crop.
Hey, what you expect from the birthday guy?
I love this guy.
The 40 club guy. He going downhill?
Well, they told me about for that 40, I start growing my hair again. Look at this, I got a bit of hair.
Oh, I got
Oh, he got a handful of hair.
I got hair.
He got more on his beard than on his head.
Hair going on right now.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for being kind.
Oh, yeah.
That's all we ask.
Yep.
And,
Y'all take care.
of course, Byers, happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
And good seeing you. Is it Chaplain? You prefer Chaplain? Okay. Thank you again for what you do. Like I said, I witnessed it firsthand on the cameras, and you go undervalued. So, yeah, but not undervalued by him.
Happy birthday, Corporal.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, look, his page is still there. So yeah,
We're out here today to ensure our natural rights are respected by those who swore an oath to support, protect, and defend the rights of the people. The purpose of all interactions is to peacefully promote government accountability and transparency. Please like, share, and subscribe so this message can reach as many people as possible. I implore you to peacefully seek redress to any and all of your grievances. This is a public service.